What is going on, guys? It's Reflex here, and it seems like a sad day in the Kingdom Hearts community for one specific reason, and it was that this video came out that there was the talk of both Cloud and Leon are not going to be appearing in Kingdom Hearts 3, and the weird thing is NDA agreements are very, very weird and finicky to the point where they can pretty much confirm that they won't be in the game and still appear in the game just because they're allowed to do that. You know, they're not supposed to confirm that they're going to be in the game, or that's violating it, so they can't do that. Same deal with Jesse McCartney when it came about Roxas. You know, obviously he's going to be in the game, and I know I'm sounding extra confident about that, but why wouldn't he, you know? But when it comes to the disappointment for Final Fantasy characters, I don't think people understand. It's like, it's not the fact that we're going to hate the game. Think of it as a Marvel movie, you know, a Stan Lee cameo. We enjoyed the movie very, very much so. If there's not a Stan Lee cameo in there, we're going to be slightly disappointed because that's something you look forward to in those type of movies. And obviously it's not going to deter the whole entire movie, no, but it's going to make it better in the long run for us because we're like, oh, that was a cool cameo. Same thing with Final Fantasy. If they're not in there, we're still going to enjoy the game, probably at an extreme level. You know, we're going to love it. But if there's a slight cameo of some certain character, that'll just make us love it even more. And that's why there's so many people that are kind of disappointed about this. Now, obviously, there's that argument that, well, Final Fantasy characters played their part, you know, in the story. They can't go on anymore. And it's like, we're not asking for the Final Fantasy characters to keep playing a part in the story. We don't care if they play a part in the story. They could just be there for side quests, something, I don't know. And Kingdom Hearts is not a game that does, you know, side quests like that. You know, obviously those, I guess you could say completionist side quests, like with the Dalmatians, you can call that a side quest. But I'm talking about like legit talking to a character, having them give you something to do, and then you come back with whatever it is they wanted you to do, you know, like that. So for all we know, obviously, I don't know if Radiant Garden's going to be playable or not because I'm still iffy about that. But why don't we see like Zack? We see Zack in the Coliseum, just out of nowhere, out of the blue. You do a certain world, you just decide to come back just to mess around, find something, and you stumble across him. You talk to him, and then bang, he has you to do something, or just, I don't know. There's potential that there's going to be Final Fantasy characters in the game, and there's a lot of people that are saying, but Nomura has said time and time again that they're not going to be in the game. And the thing is, we are missing a key interview from E3, and I'm going to read it off. So this was during E3, and the question was, until now only a lot of Disney characters had showed up. Will there be any appearance of new Final Fantasy characters? And obviously they're talking about brand new Final Fantasy characters, but I think Nomura was just talking about it in general. But he says, about the characters that have not showed up in the trailer, for now I cannot answer. These characters from Final Fantasy require special care as the characters are very unique, hence it is difficult to portray how Final Fantasy characters will communicate with the other characters in the game. However, please look forward to how the Final Fantasy characters show up in the game. Now, this does not mean they'll be fully fleshed out characters. For all we know, we could just see cameo of them in the past, or we'll see maybe their weapon on the ground or something, you know, to signify that they're there, you know, in spirit. But what happens if, for all we know, we just get new characters out of nowhere, like new cameos that we haven't seen? Because we're not asking for a whole bunch. We're not asking for Final Fantasy to take over, because this is Kingdom Hearts. We don't want that, but we don't mind that small little cameo, because I don't care what anyone says. When they first saw, even if you were like a, you know, first playing Kingdom Hearts and you saw Waka for the first time in Kingdom Hearts 1, you were just like, oh, that's really cool, that's the dude, you know. It was just really cool. Kingdom Hearts 2 rolls around, you see Auron from Final Fantasy X, and you're like, hold on a minute, this man, I mean, he's badass. So when I saw that, I was extra hype. You seen Zack, and it was just like, huh? You know, seeing him in Birth by Sleep, you're just like, hold on a minute, you know, everything is so cool. And then those secret boss fights with Sephiroth, those are cameos we're talking about. Those, if they were to only do one a game, I'd be fine with that. If they did 2 characters that had a cameo and then a secret boss fight, I'd be okay with that. And that's the kind of disappointing factor, that if there's all we get, you know, in just all the game is just one simple Moogle for the synthesis shop and all that, I'll be a little bit sad. You know, I'll be a little bit disappointed. It's not going to hinder my experience with the game, because I'm not going to be sitting there whole entire playthrough, where's the Final Fantasy character? You know, I'm not going to be doing that. But towards the end of the game, when I beat it all the way through, and I'm like, okay, I didn't see a single Final Fantasy character, you know, I'll beat it all the way through again, and then I'll start looking at other people's playthroughs, and then the realization will come in. You know, I had all my fun, Now the realization comes in that there wasn't a character from Final Fantasy that came in there except for a Moogle, and it'll be a little disappointing at that point, but it's not going to hinder the experience. And that's what I think some people that don't understand this, because there's a lot of people that just says like they played their story out, they don't need to be in the game anymore, and then they're kind of arguing with the people that just says like, we just enjoy their cameos, we want them in the game. And there's that little rift in between where I don't think people quite understand where we're coming from, but I want them in the game just because it's really cool, it's a neat experience. And honestly, I think a good example is the Stan Lee cameos. You look forward to it, you love it when it's there, you're disappointed when you don't see it, but it doesn't hinder the overall experience of the whatever it is you're watching, like of the movie or even the game, if it's not there. And that's the point I'm trying to make. But my question is, do you believe that the voice actors for both Leon and Cloud are telling the truth and they won't be appearing in Kingdom Hearts 3 at all? Do you think it'll be a new voice actor for all we know? Because actually Cloud, the voice actor for Cloud decided, they cut out the clip, but after the clip he actually corrected himself and said, I won't be doing the voice, and it kind of was like, okay, wait, hold on, so Cloud does have a chance, you're just not voicing him. But I don't think they're gonna do that. It's interesting, it's a weird situation. Like I said, NDA agreements are very, very odd, but we'll see. But my other question to you all is, say we don't see Cloud or any of the old gang in any of the previous games, who would be some new Final Fantasy characters that you guys would want to see? Obviously my pick, and I made a video about this in the past, but would be Arden as a secret boss fight. I think that'd be really cool. But let me know your thoughts of other characters that you would like to appear in the game if the old cast didn't rejoin. But with this video, it's my final Final Fantasy discussion, about the characters in Kingdom Hearts 3. I made plenty of videos about it, and unless they actually come out in one of these 13 countdown that they're doing on Twitter, unless they actually say that Final Fantasy characters are returning or something, or just show off one render of one of them, I won't be making another video on it. Because the only reason I made this one, I wasn't even going to make this, but the only reason I made this one was to still bring a little bit of hope to the people that are kind of very disappointed at the moment. Because there's a lot of people that are actually really, really disappointed, which, I mean, cheer up a little bit. There's still hope, but also you gotta think Kingdom Hearts 3 as a whole is still a thing. Just because Final Fantasy characters aren't going to be there, if potentially, it's still going to be a very fun game. But that's the only reason I made this video, was just to bring a small glimmer of hope into this little kind of bombshell that they dropped, that we don't know how true it is or not. But yes, let me know your thoughts down below. But if you guys did enjoy this video, leave a like, subscribe, and you guys know the drill. I will see you guys later.